Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Burritos are delicious meals you can eat with your hands or a knife and fork. Whether they're filled with meat, rice, beans, cheese, or just meat and cheese, they're easy to make, delicious, inexpensive, and filling. Soup is another meal that's easy to make and can be made with your favorite meat, vegetables, rice, or pasta. Soup is simple, hearty, and delicious. But have you ever thought about putting a burrito in a pot of soup? I know I haven't, but the adventurous people at Campbell's have done exactly that with Campbell's Chunky Beef Burrito Soup. A while back, I tried Campbell's Pizza Soup, and the meat and pepperoni tasted like cardboard, so that didn't go over well with me. So let's hope their Chunky Beef and Burrito Soup is an improvement over their pizza soup. It definitely can't be any worse. Or can it? The picture on the can indeed does look good. But we all know these manufacturers catfish the consumers. The majority of the time, when you open up the product, it looks absolutely nothing like the picture on the can or box. But we're going to find out soon what this beef burrito soup looks like, and if it looks like the picture on the can. There's a lot of ingredients in here, as expected, but the ingredients don't really appear to be that bad at all. For starters, the beef in here is all beef, with no TVP or other added extenders, which really surprises me. But then again, the pizza soup didn't have any either, and it was gross. Besides the meat, there's rice, black beans, corn, red peppers, and onions, along with Monterey Jack cheese paste, cheddar cheese, surface-ripened semi-soft cheese, and enzyme-modified cheddar cheese. Terms like paste, surface-ripened, and enzyme-modified cheese actually worry me a bit, but after reading the ingredients in the ingredients, they don't really sound that bad at all. There's also monosodium glutamate, or MSG, which some people are bothered by, so that's just an FYI if it affects you. I almost missed their sour cream in here too. The ingredients sound typical of a burrito, but let's see how they fare in soup. There's about 2 1-cup servings in the bowl, but who only eats a cup of soup? That's not enough to fill a cavity. So let's be realistic and do the numbers for the whole bowl of beef burrito soup. Per bowl, there's 340 calories, 12 grams of total fat, 6 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 50 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,580 milligrams of sodium, which is a lot of sodium in a small container. Then there's 38 carbohydrates, 4 grams of fiber, 4 grams of sugars, and 18 grams of protein. I was pretty surprised by the best by date. It's pretty short. Unless this bowl's been sitting around on a store shelf or in a warehouse for a long time, I'd think this bowl would last a couple years. And it probably really will. So the directions say to remove the plastic cap, and then carefully remove and discard the peelable end. As soon as it was opened up, it definitely had the Mexican spice aroma to it, but it also had that all too familiar canned soup smell. Not horrible, but typical. I mixed it up a bit before nuking it, and it appears to be seasoned rice soup with a few beans and very small beef crumbles. But maybe during the course of nuking it, more beef and beans will be produced. That's just wishful thinking. Then replace the plastic cap on the bowl and microwave covered on high for 1 minute and 30 seconds or until the soup is hot. Then let it sit in the microwave for 1 minute. Mine took a little bit longer to heat up, so after 2 minutes of heating and 1 minute of sitting, our beef burrito soup is ready to enjoy. The final step is to use caution as the plastic lid and bowl may be hot. Go figure, it's just been heated up in a nuclear oven. Once heated up, the aroma really filled the air and smelled pretty darn good. So if you make it through the dangerous task of removing the lid, you can proceed to stir thoroughly and then enjoy. As expected, no more meat or beans were produced during the heating process, so it still looks like rice soup. But I did find some very small crumbles of beef, so I tasted one by itself. And even though it was a minuscule piece of meat, it was big enough to tell the texture was meat and only meat. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. It would obviously be better if the pieces were bigger. I went in for a random spoonful, and once I tasted it, my eyes perked up a bit when I realized this soup isn't that bad. Not great, but not that bad at all. I was halfway enjoying this. On my second spoonful, I hit the mother lode with 5 pieces of beef crumbles, with one of them possibly being a record-sized beef crumble. It would have been nice if all the pieces were this big. So I shoved it into my pie hole, and with that bite with a little bit of everything in the spoon, it tasted pretty good. I was pretty surprised and amazed that I got beef crumbles, and quite a few of them, in my first 5 bites, along with a spoonful of rice. But after the first 5 spoonfuls, I had to start tilting the bowl in an attempt to get a spoonful, but I could only get a half spoonful now, which basically shows me there's more broth than anything else. So don't plan on getting filled up on this alone. You might want to have a sandwich or a real burrito with it. Speaking of burritos, at no point during this video than I really think I was eating or tasting a burrito. Also, there was quite a few different cheeses, which had I not seen them in the ingredients, I would have never known they were in here. Heck, maybe there's really no cheese in here. Which leads me to my final point. This beef burrito soup would maybe give you a better sensation you were eating a burrito had it been a little bit thicker. I really had intentions of being hard on this soup, especially after the gross pizza soup. But as much as I wanted to rag on it, I can't. Other than it not being a very substantial bowl of soup, there's really nothing wrong with it, taste or texture wise. It's definitely not the best soup I've ever had, but it's also not the worst I've ever had either. So with that said, I'm going to give Campbell's Chunky Beef Burrito Soup a strong 6 out of 10. It definitely wouldn't be my first choice to eat, but I definitely wouldn't have a problem eating a can of it again in a pinch. If you'd like to help support the Wolfe Pit, please consider being a patron. You can pledge as little as $1 a month, that's only $12 for the whole year. Or you can pledge more, that's up to you. Either way, every little bit's appreciated and helps me produce more high quality videos more often for you, the people. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.